All right, let's see what I'm curious real quick because the DXY is back. This is what I'm worried about. Not worried about, but for crypto, if this is putting in a bullish handle, it might still have to come down, though, to put this handle in. This might still have to come down first. Because it popped up real quick. I thought it was going to initially just come down in here and fill this out. But it kind of went up to the resistance area. I thought it would pop out after. But it came out hot. It's a key area, though. If the U.S. dollar currency index, the DXY, breaks the 106.81 handle, if this bull flag plays out, because it's a measured move, to 107.82. So if it goes up to 107.82, that's going to put a lot of downward pressure on crypto. It really would. But I want to thank everybody who's tuning in. If you're watching right now and not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Please, I got to pay the light bill. Don't make Julie kick me out for being a bum.
But you're my bum.
Yeah, see, I'm her bum. So, if this bull flag plays out, though, I mean, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. CPI this week, I feel like they don't have long to pump. I think it's a crash week. I do too. I do feel like it's going to be a crash, but I want to start putting in some shorts. I'm trying to figure out the exact number that I'm going to do it. I've got two little levels I could do it. It's just I would hate for it to break out of this little triangle. Summer! Thank you for the 300 bits, love. That's incredibly generous of you. Wow, you guys are coming firing bits today.
Firing bits.
JW said much love, Jules. Oh, Julie's still talking about me with my stupid. She's talking about the coin that I talked about yesterday, the XRP nuggets.
No! How Mimi made me laugh really hard this morning saying when we were talking about
Oh! Julie told me I should go to the convention dressed as an XRP token. What better for BlackRock to start investigating? Exactly. Exactly, J-Legs. Exactly. Summer, let's take a look at, let's see. Do you still have Litecoin? Or are you still looking at Litecoin, Summer? Yes. And she sent me 300 bits because she's awesome. I know. No, Julie, jealousy's a bad flaw.
What?
Jealousy's not a good look on you.
Eat my carrot.
Oh my God, there is a carrot.
It's for the
Are you bringing out the bun bun?
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and not to die.
Alright, you have Litecoin, so that's what I thought. And these patterns, though, here's the thing, like, here's a resistance line, but I don't know where these yawns came from. Now all of a sudden I can't stop yawning. Thanks a lot, Julie. Alright, so I'm not even going to draw that out because we've got this downtrending resistance that we've already got this drawn out. We know what's going to happen. Obviously, there's a lot of pieces to it, but this first layer right now, we're right up against it. I'm taking off this EMA ribbon because it is so hard to see with it on. Well, we can see we're up at the heavy resistance right now on Litecoin. This could be a cutoff area, but if we're going to continue up this a little bit farther, we have this part of the area. This could technically be a disguised bull flag, and if it wants to pop out, that's... But I'm still waiting to see if this plays out a little bit higher or not. All of these. Crypto universally looks like it could play out a tiny bit higher. We have rising channels that we're in too, but that's the immediate short term. This is a descending triangle. An extended bear flag is what it is. And then I've got a gazillion and one different things going through there, but that's, all of this, we can clean this up. There's no point of saying, oh, this and that and this and that. Here, we'll clean it up. And if I would have went another 30-minute time frame and then went closer, you would have seen how it all plays out. But just from the outside, it gets a little messy after a while. Whoops. That's basically all we need to really pay attention to. Just like that. And that's not accurate, though. I mean, something like that with Litecoin. And this is the exact area we're getting into. We have a little bullish cross here. So here's where a lot of people that don't understand pattern recognition would buy in right now. We're holding here. And then they're going to ride it thinking it's just going to go parabolic up here for a minute. When the appropriate time to actually buy this. This is a good time on the 20-day, but you want to get a little... You want to get a little bit of evidence here that we're going to break out of this pattern. So you're going to want to break this descending triangle bear flag before you go long here. To really go long. Now, if you're a leverage trader who's going 25x, well, yeah. Then obviously you could take a gamble if you wanted to. And say it's going to go up another 3.9%. But somebody who's actually playing a pattern breakout to where they don't have to risk as much, you're talking, yeah, so you don't get the 3.91% as the market dicks around. But you can get a 66% breakout. Or, I mean, that's a big pump. If it were to break out of this descending triangle, you're looking at a reversal here that would bring the market up quite some spot. You know, if you could get it. But there's still, obviously, you could come up to the 200-day. There's a lot that could go into it. But my point is you're playing the actual big pump. Unless you're a leverage trader and you're just trying to gamble. So you're waiting for something up here, and then you could ride it up. Right now, I want it to get rejected at there at worst. And then, you know, break its way down. I think Litecoin's got a big move down coming. I think all of crypto does in a minute. But yeah, that would be a decent pump indeed. A lot of them are like that though, Defo. It's just, can the market do it? I don't know. We're getting late in the year now. This is when crypto's going to have a rough time. The estimated dump is when we get one bit of news that's not what the market's anticipating. That's all BlackRock finally starting to, you know, give these back to their people and them selling it would be one part. But we need one time, like right now. If they came out and didn't do like, I anticipate another 75 basis point rate hike. If they came out and said 125, the market would crash. Or if they didn't come out and say they're going to spend $300 billion, like they just said they got a relief package that they're doing for $300 billion. That's not the kind of news that it tells me we're going to just crash right away. We can step our way down, but this is why you get little moves like this. But we're one or two shouts away from it. Absolutely. What's happened right now is basically the best way to put the market is, you know how like, so I don't want to make it gruesome. So you know how like when you take a fish out of water and it's flopping around? The fish knows it's about to die. We know it's going to die because it has no water. We're just letting the motion play out. The market right now, the risk has been slid on the market. The market's just bleeding out, but it's trying to trap as many people as possible. So this would basically be like this would be like a 101-year-old person trying to pitch you on how they're going to be around for the next 2 decades as they're starting a new business. They might have great intentions, but there is no way in hell at 101 they're living to 121. And if they do, well, they're a lucky son of a bitch. But that's what I mean. Like the market right now, anybody telling you that the market's good and this is a bull run, I think they've eaten a bit too many of their Fruit Loops. And they become a Fruit Loop. I don't know how anybody could say this market's good. Then I get some people, hey, this coin's pumped 20%. Oh, congratulations, it was just down 85 fucking percent. Of course it pumped 20%. You got to get people like you to get interested again. While I'm sitting there like, oh my, this is going to be bad. It looks even worse now. It looks even worse now than it did when I was calling the market to come down here before at $1.66 and 65,000 on Bitcoin. It looks worse now, in my opinion. Today, seeing I have the tiger of the... Oh, I actually created Sherman. I did. I made a thing of Sherman. So I don't know how many people were here yesterday. But I did, I played you the Sherman with the final countdown. Because it lets... Remember it let me play it? Because it was on my YouTube channel already. I did a Sherman return. But, so for the market right now, though, in all reality, my biggest issue is still this bull flag that we're on. I've been talking about it for days. I really want it to break down, but it's still this flag. We're still on this. And now, because of the way it pulled up from yesterday to today's daily, you know, could it play back up? Maybe. Could it be trapping everybody? Possibly. Do I want to be a part of it? Yes, but only if I'm going short. But this, to me, looks like it's got to go up one more level. Unless it just completely rolls over right now. This looks like it's going to come up one more level and just dick us a little bit. If you're asking me. I want it to go down. Oh, man, I want it to go down so bad. I just want this to go down so I can add more XRP. I've got 1,222. I added at 29.8. I'm ready to add more. Just come on down, baby. This is the most useless 8 cents or, I don't know, what is that, 27%, 28% I've ever made in my life because I know it's going down below it. And I'm not selling it because I'm not taking the capital gains on my long holding positions. No point of that. I've never wanted to lose 50% on a position more in my life. But most people would be crying. I'm going to be so happy. Oh, my God. I mean, look at me. I'm down 56% on XRP. Back the fucking truck up. That's all I want. That's all I want. Well, what I want is for this to just come down. I want this to just end. Just come down. Back test here so I can buy it right here. And then I'll ride it at least to here on the leverage. But my next leverage trade, I want it to be one that rides down and not a one-day trade. My next leverage trade, it has to be the trade. And in order for this to be the trade, this is going to have to be a head and shoulders forming. Then we can try to catch it somewhere. And if we catch it on the broken bull flag right here, we should be able to get a clear path down here and on a 25x trade. If we do catch it in the right spot. Yes, Chris, a 1 or 2. Yes! Yes! Yes, so then you don't have to fucking pay attention to it. I want a 1 week trade at 10.24%. That's a 250% trade for me on 25x. And that's playing it from 36.79. That's what I want. And then when it does this, you know, when it comes in, and then you get, come on. When the pattern goes, I'll be like, I don't care until you hit my target. So it's down, up, down, back test, who gives a fuck, down, whoop. And then, by God, it finally breaks this bear flag while you're in it, because it's really coming to the top, ladies and gentlemen. That's about as failed as it can be if it comes here and gets rejected like it is. Wouldn't it be the nuts if you get it right here, ride it here, you don't sell it, rides around, then you get back to this extension, then it back tests, down, back test, and then you're off to oblivion. And then instead of having a 25% or 10%, 250% on a 25x, imagine if you wrote it from there and you actually held this for what we know is going to eventually happen at worst. There's 46. Oh, there's almost 600%. But what if we actually do ride the short, and this is what I would love to have, all the way down to my target, a 69% short at 25x? That's what I'm talking about. Can you guys do the math there? That's like 1,300%. We just have to do it. I've been training you guys how to leverage trade for the last 4 fucking weeks or 5 weeks for a reason. At $50 a trade. And I have a lot more than $50 I can trade with. I have $5,000 in that account, as you guys see. But I'm doing it $50 at a time and building it up as we've been doing this, because I wanted everybody to understand what the hell is going on and not have to risk a lot. We got a huge opportunity here. Chris, how's 2,000% sound to you? Or 1,500%? That's what I want. Fuck this 85% or 100% or 50%. You do need to recognize it, but we're about to recognize it. We already know. This is just like what I used to say right before we got kicked in the fucking face, but we were liquidated. The only mistake I made last time was not understanding how to short the market as good as I do now. I focused so much on my content on YouTube, I didn't even pay attention to shorting the market. I liquidated, but I could have made so much fucking money if I would have, even on $100, I would have made it so much money. But ideally, you know, you have $400 or $500 if you want, maybe 200, whatever, but it's a 25x position. But you do have to recognize. But that's why we're letting these patterns play out like we need them to. And this is the point. If we do it properly, we can alleviate a little bit of the risk. And this is just one of my XRP charts. The main one is the USDT one. And this one's also coming to some... So, what I was saying the other day is, even though it was on a bull flag initially, what it ended up doing was it kind of fucked us. It came up like this real quick and came down. Which, couldn't that be considered an extended bear flag right now? So as long as we don't break 37,993, I've always thought that it was going to come back and at least hit this downtrending support line. That was resistance. And there's so many areas though. So I want to be in a short, a 25x short, and take advantage of this, because we're already liquidated. Aside from the 1,222 XRP we finally bought back when we're at 29.8. We hadn't had XRP in my community since we sold at $1.66 if we listened. And we bought it at a 47-cent average. Sold it at a 166 average. That's incredible. Never bought it back in between. Except for a few small swings, but they were small amounts. And now it's that time again. It's that fucking time. This is a great indicator that we're probably bearish in the area. That's a huge wick pullback. Wicks, 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 wicks. There's wicks all across. Everywhere. The volume is so bad. We had some over here, but notice when we came over here, nothing. Now we're consolidating. Even right here, nothing. Consolidation, nothing, nothing. It's a lot easier to pull volume to the downside than it is to pull people into rise. It really is. The only thing, and I'll continue to say this, the concern I have as of right now until it breaks, which is why I'm not in a short, is let Bitcoin break this fucking line. Let it break this line so that I can get the back test and buy it when it's on the bearish side. Right now, as much as we want it to break down, as much as we want the market to go bearish, we're on the bullish side of this formation right now on Bitcoin. Because to me, that's a falling channel. I mean, we can call it a lot of different things, but it's a falling channel, which it started up here on July 30th and July 29th. hit it again right here, August 2nd, hit it again right here. So we know the pattern was confirmed on these hits. Then we busted out. Here's the uptrend. But the uptrend started, and you can go back farther. I've said this before. We only put it there because it's easier to see. But you can technically bring it back like that, too, if you want to, because that's dead on. So we could say the uptrend started all the way back here at July 13th. Which is, almost a month. Well, now we're meeting this uptrend again. We need to get on the opposite side, and the factory broke out to the top side, albeit on very small volume, which leads me to believe this is a fake out. But could it get us to 23,705? It's possible. But if we don't get any volume, it's more than likely we're just going to fold. And I want it to. And then, what if we fold? Well, then we got the back end deal. We're going to have to break this downtrending support line now and get through it. Which means we're going to have to break 22,528 before I get real excited. But I'll buy short when it lines up and this breaks the uptrend, and that would put XRP where we need it. And I could even go short on Bitcoin as well. It just all depends what my mindset is. And then we go to Ethereum. It's the same shit. Ethereum needs to break like 1679, I believe it is, or 1672 confluently. But I've got the uptrend set for Ethereum once I can do it. So if Ethereum were to break 1680, but it's a little lower than that, though. It's not. No, it's right around there. Yeah, see, 1674. Back test it, then I know I could at least get a play down to 1577 area. Break this 1516. When we break 1516, there's not much left except for this 1350 that's not on here. And it's actually not 1350 is the first one. Because I was doing something the other day, and I have some weird numbers that I like to play out. See this top? Rejection, rejection. Then it got support, support. So then you play this out for Ethereum. So that's where your real logical support is. Because you had, and I know it looks fucked. You've got support, support, support. I'm going to delete these because we're just going to keep it on the blue lines here. But you got this resistance here on June 17th. Rejected down to support on the uptrend. Just follow. Got supported here, right? June 20th. Comes up to resistance. June 26th. Gets rejected. Comes back down to the uptrend. Also known as a bear flag right here. Right? The bear flag. Now watch how this plays out. Fake out to the bottom side. Pops right back up in it. Gets support again on that same uptrend. Bounces through. For the first time, bounces over the uptrending resistance. Gets it as support. Bounces way around. Comes back down on a hard landing. Hits what? The uptrending resistance. As support for a second time. Got the uptrend right here underneath just in case it falls through. But then we created a new uptrend. A parabolic uptrend, some people would call. Right? We came back up. Came around. Bounced again. Hit the uptrend. Bounced again, but we're losing steam. Now we're getting rejected on the 1729 line. Now if we break this, then we can come up to this true uptrend where I believe we're going to have to come to before any huge move for Ethereum, because this is, let's face it, uptrend confirm, confirm, confirm. Right? Breakout, confirm. And now it meets over here, but I think we could hit here because that's the real uptrend. If we break through it, then we got this. That was the broken or the ascending triangle bear flag that we broke out and hit as support. Then we could come out here and reconfirm it. But right now, we're trying to hunt this uptrend. The true uptrend that we've established right here. They're all the same. Ethereum's a great one to follow and trade because it's ahead. It's been ahead mainly on this. So you identify what this is doing. You can identify what some of the smaller altcoins are doing. Does that make any sense to you guys? Or do I sound like a complete freaking douchebag? I would love to know, and I would love to hear your take. Holy shit. Just using that. Huh. Nope, I track Ethereum for that. Yes. Thank you, C-Dubs. Definitely know that solid. Appreciate that. Got some dwell time then, but We're going down. Yep, I agree. You could pre-record a YouTube members only post if it's unicorn time. In case some of us are caught up in stuff, I see updates on your YouTube channel. That's a good point. Yo, now I start to feel it again and it's working. I also unlearned. J-Legs, cha-ching. Where was he at? Just running around?
Ghost, even after I did it, she jumped in the bunny circle with the bunny to watch it.
She doesn't bother it.
No,
It's become her friend now.
it was cute.
So, I guess the question remains, is anybody short? Or do you have a number where you're going short? I'd love to see it in the comments. I've given you all I can with my numbers, and I hope it helps. You know what? Until you guys answer, some of you guys are in here. I'm going to let you guys see the new and animated Sherman. You guys are going to see Sherman. For anybody who hasn't seen it yet, because I showed you yesterday. So here's Sherman.
We are Enbridge. As a bridge to the energy future, we deliver the energy America needs and wants sustainably.
Evening, XRP, the side bet on OG. It's time for us to bring the very beginning back, and I found a way to bring Sherman back into with the partnership after, so we had to stop playing the song any more than once. So I granted I could have made it sound better, but this is me, ladies and gentlemen, the return of the one, the only Sherman. You know, it's come to my attention that some of you have never seen my intro, the Tom's Army intro. The legend has been by some that Sunny Days is actually sung by Sherman himself. That is a conspiracy within some in my audience, going all the way back to the Sherman days. They have prophesied that Sherman is actually the creator of Sunny Days, and I've just tagged along. So I cannot confirm nor deny that, Summer. Oh, I do too, Defo. I hope it pulls us down. American Zebra. What are your thoughts on LCX? I was bullish before, but now I am more bullish after SEC plan. Ooh. interesting. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't know a lot about LCX. I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of zoned into the ISO coins. I don't pay attention to a lot of others. I'm happy you're here too, JW. I'm happy you're here too. I know Sherman NFT would be... I'd keep telling somebody, anybody who knows how to do the NFTs, I would cut you in 50%. I would pay all costs. I just need someone to do the work for me because I'm an idiot. It's that simple. I'm a moron. Okay? So I need someone to do it for me. Not do the whole steps. I need someone to actually design it. Put it all together, and I'll pay for it. You tell me what it costs. Or I'll do it myself, and then I just need someone to do the design. C-dubs, I can't decide when. But I'm sure when I figure it out. Outpost support happens like every sniper call I made in Telegram today that I was busy working. C-dubs, I wanted to make money off your calls, but I always fucking get busy too. I'm always working or doing something right at the times of the market. And it's a common trend, and I notice it makes me happy, though, that it happens to you, too. I don't know why. And I hope you don't take that the wrong way. But doesn't it suck to make the calls and not be a part of them all the time? That's what happens to me all the time. It happens to me all the time. Like, right now, when we first came on, it was like, oh, here's an opportunity to short it. But I've gotten so carried away. I just watched the market, literally. And it hasn't even come down that much, but in a short opportunity, just from the time I came on... You know, you're talking we could have run it back here. And then you can make money in all of this. You know, there was a drop here. Those quick drops make money in leverage positions. But I have a hard time following through unless it's a... I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. But I'm sure you'll put it in the Telegram too. I am sure of that. It doesn't make me happy that you're missing the calls. It makes me happy to know there's more people like me that have it all written down and then they're just not paying attention to it when it actually happens. Yeah, me too, C-dubs. That's my biggest problem. That's my biggest problem. I won't set the orders because I feel like something's going to go wrong if I do it that way. And yeah, I got to be within so much of them, too. Otherwise, I'm not going to do it. It's the exact same way for me. Bailey. Don't feel alone. I will not. See, I'm glad other people are feeling that. Defo, telegram me what I'm thinking of. Well, I was thinking of the sunny days, the actual sunny days guy that I draw on my chart. I already have a good picture of him. Or I also want to do an NFT of Tom's Army, my actual design. You know, I think it'd be pretty cool. I don't even care if it makes any money. I just want to do it. I want to own one. You know, I just think it would be something cool. And I'm not going to make a lot of them. It's not going to be like everybody can buy them. I just want to have a few of them. And, you know, make it a popular thing. And the more popular it is, if people actually were to buy them and it was scarce and I made like 5 or 10 of them and people actually bought them. And, you know, we're ridiculously bidding on them, and I don't really want people to waste a bunch of money on bids. I'd make more. If nobody's buying them, I'm not going to make more. Supply and demand. But yeah, I mean, we're kind of just... okay, guys. So the bottom line here is, we're waiting for us to hit this rejection point. We haven't quite done it yet. In fact, we've tried to come up, and we're trying to make little moves here to where we can actually pop out of here and complete a divergence here. We started a bullish cross if you look at the MA lines in the small time frames. We haven't done dick in the 30-minute time frame, but if you look at some of these smaller time frames,